Welcome everyone. In this video we are going to prove the cofunction relations for cosine and sine. So what are those relations? Well, those relations are if we have cosine of pi over 2 minus alpha, let's say, then this is equal to sine of alpha. And similarly, sine of pi over 2 minus alpha is equal to cosine of alpha. And here pi over 2 is of course in radians, where radians is defined as like this. 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, you probably know this, but in case you didn't know it. So how can we prove these? To make our proof, I will start with the cosine cofunction, so this one, and I will start with the left side, and I will see whether or not I can arrive on the right side. So we have cosine of pi over 2 minus alpha. This is going to be equal to, notice we have the cosine of the difference of two functions, and we have an equation for this, and I have a video about this. You can find it from the cards right now. And using my result from one of my last videos, we can say that cosine of pi over 2 minus alpha is going to be equal to cosine of pi over 2. What kind of a pi is that? Pi over 2 times cosine of alpha minus, no, plus. Don't forget, this is important. Some people confuse this, and most people, even me, even myself, I confuse it all the time if I'm not careful. So this is the equation that we have, and now we can make some simplifications. So what is cosine of pi over 2? If you think of a unit circle, pi over 2 will be here. It is the angle that corresponds to a 90 degrees angle, and the x value here is, as you can see, 0, and cosine gives you x on the unit circle, so cosine of pi over 2 is going to be 0, and sine of pi over 2 is going to be 1. Similarly, using the same kind of reasoning, when we are at this point, this is 1 because we have a unit circle, so y coordinate is 1, and since sine gives us the y on a unit circle, sine of pi over 2 is 1. So look at this. We are already halfway done. This is equal to sine of alpha. So we proved the cofunction relation for cosine. But how can we prove the one for sine? Well, we could use the formula for finding the difference of finding the sine of a difference of two functions. But I'm not going to use that. I am in fact going to make a clever substitution. I am going to say, let theta equal pi over 2, well, let's see, yeah, this is what I want, pi over 2 minus alpha. Alright, so in that case, if I make this substitution to my equation, to this and this, what do I get? I will have cosine of theta, because I just defined what is inside the cosine, the argument of it as theta, so I can write theta. Then this is equal to sine of alpha, but I don't want alpha anymore, so let's solve for alpha using our definition. Alpha is equal to pi over 2 minus theta. So we have sine of pi over 2 minus theta. And look at this. This is the second cofunction relation, isn't it? And you might be saying, no, it isn't, because we have theta, we don't have alpha. Well, my friends, it doesn't matter. The letter that you use does not matter. You can simply substitute alpha here for theta, or you can substitute x for theta, okay? The main idea is, in the cofunction relations, if you have sine of pi over 2 minus anything, let's say a square, something, then this is equal to cosine of that something, okay? So if you have theta, if you have alpha, x, it doesn't matter. It should be the same variable. That is the only thing that matters. So anyways, this is it for this video. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment section. I hope to see you in another video. Until then, take care.